Hey everyone, welcome back. Jojo here with
SHRUTI here. Joe? Yes.
Bella's back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he dropped this mixtape. We've covered one track. People are like, do the whole mixtape together. We cannot do that. We don't, we have only so many hours. So we're going to try and do 2 tracks at a time. So it's God Complex and Gang Gang. Okay. So...
Okay.
By the way, he also announced on his stories that the next mixtape of this year will also drop soon. Yeah.
Go for it. Just go for it. I'm loving this. Yes.
No. Bella, control yourself. Just wait till we finish with this one. Then you drop. I'm just saying whatever.
I know it affects you a lot. जब भी ऐसे कुछ pending चीजें होती हैं, I quite enjoy them.
I'm getting
it. I like them.
Yeah, but like I'm getting comments like इतनी ना इंसाफी है, इतने आप सब आर्टिस्ट को कवर करते हो, बेला को नहीं. What nonsense. Have you gone and seen the history of this channel? Like, first of all, I don't know where these comments come from. Anyway, so chalo, let's get to it. We're going to watch both together and then we'll talk about both after. Yes, so no pausing in between.
Ready.
Oh wait, God Complex. Sorry, I'm not reading anything. Okay, nothing is there to read. Okay. 1, 2, 3, play.
पहला जो है वो पूरी तरह से सही भी नहीं है और पूरी तरह से गलत भी नहीं है. हाँ जी या मेरा नाम क्या है मैनू चाहिए मेरी जैसे एक और चीज if I fail मेरे मिशन में वो संभाले मुझे गिर रहा फिर से मिट्टी से निकाल ये रैपर से चौक में चौक में लगा दूं भीड़ इफ आई गो टू मॉल में ले जाता 10 लोग खिलाता 10 लोग नहीं होता अफसोस मैं खुदा का नेक दिल बंदा इन हाथों में कला नहीं कला के नाम पे खुदा का हाथ है अब मेरे हाथ में जिस्म में आ गया दिल मेरा शांत है बैठा नहीं चाहता है अब छोटी कार में क्योंकि मैं हाई प्रोफाइल बंदियां करूं मैं रैंडमाइज मेडिटेशन करूं 8 से 9 फिर मुर्दे को छू के मैं दे रहा हूं लाइफ ड्रिल करी नहीं ना इंसाफी कभी बीट पे शुरू से ही छीने जिद्दी जंगली चीते भरा पड़ा गुस्सा अब भी पुस्तकों में लड़के हैं उल्फतों में तेरा भाई ने देखे अभी सुर्खियों में बोले ले आ वो बेला जो MTV पे सच कहूं बहुत साइको था उन दिनों में मैं दिल्ली से निकला पहाड़ों में मेला कुछ यारों से अब भी उन यारों में तुम कहते रह गए बेला हारोगे अंत में चीखोगे बेला कम सेव मी बेला तू बनना नहीं एमी वे बेला तू बनना नहीं नेजी बेला तू रॉपसी नहीं है हाँ बेला को इतनी क्यों हेट दी मिले मुझे शो नहीं क्यों बेला तेरी जनता सो रही क्यों आई डोंट गिव अ फक मेरे मैनेजर को पूछ और मैनू कला छड़ दे तू मेरे लिए हाफ फ्राइला मुझे डिस करके तू यहाँ झूल जाएगा छोटे मैंने खोल दिया मुंह तो ये सीन तुझे झटके में भूल जाएगा 24 में फिर से एक एल्बम में घेरूंगा उसका कोई तोड़ नहीं होगा ये फैक्ट है जैसे मैं 20 में होम के हर एक गाने से यहाँ दे रहा था रैप्ट है ओ पहला तू खुदा नहीं बन मैंने कहा मैं तो बस जूती हूँ उसकी मैं थाली जो झूठी हूँ उसकी दुनिया है मेरे खून की भूखी मुझे पैसा से कम हिम्मत ज्यादा तू मैं पन्ना हूँ इन कागजों को तू लहू चाहिए मेरी जैसे एक और चीज if I fail मेरे मिशन में वो संभाले मुझे गिर रहा फिर से मिट्टी से निकाल मेरे पाँव में जूते आज भी बाप के कभी करूं बाप के नाम पे माँ की बातें माँ के लिए दिल तक खाली दिल में झांके लोग मुझे मिलके मुझसे बन नहीं पाते हैं मैं घिरा रहूं हर सभा में देख जनाजे खुदा मेरी चीखें सुन के खुद को डांटे गाने मेरे सब पे गा मैं जिस मंजिल पे हूँ उस पे भी नाज है मैं बना क्या मैं था क्या होते नहीं गम महसूस मैं लेता हूँ बहुत ज्यादा टेंशन बहुत कुछ मुझे करना है प्रूफ बीट पे लाइबल ये लड़के हैं नशे में हाई पर गानों में अलग सा साउंड कोई ट्राई कर फिर आना लीग में खेले डिसाइडर मैं ऑन द टॉप तेरा डिजायर पहनूं में जो भी लगता डिजाइन है पहला ये हिप हॉप नहीं है साइलेंट बीच सीरियस
So are we jumping into the next one immediately?
No, I think we should talk about this. What do you think?
पहले कुछ फिर कुछ
I know. Okay. I mean, up to you. You want to jump in? We can jump. Let's.
You can talk about it. Sure, whatever. Like, निकाल लो पहले भड़ास. Tell Jojo, what were you feeling? Speak it out.
I was feeling very uneasy. I was just like this when it started because of all the distortion and the whole sound of it. And he instantly puts you in a very uneasy place. And obviously that's by design. But you know what? Let's listen to the next song and then we'll talk about all of it. Because there's too much.
Yes. Okay, cued, ready.
Gang, gang.
Yeah.
Chalo, 1, 2, 3, play.
Gang, 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 gang. 80, 80 on my neck. I got power, है possessed. A gang, 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 gang. A gang, 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 gang. Bitches call me you the best. Karu Nation represent like gang, 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 gang. Gang, 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 gang. 80, 80 on my neck. I got power, है possessed. A gang, 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 gang. A gang, 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 gang. Bitches call me you the best. Karu Nation represent like gang, 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 gang. Gang, gang, gang. Gang, gang, gang. Gang, 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 gang. My fast and furious combo. Bars fire like an M4. Ratatata, ratatata. मुझे बस कागज और पेन दो. No hate to anyone. मगर गांड फाड़ थी ना मेरी पहली एल्बम. मैंने डिसविस करनी है कब की छोड़ दी. अब दोस्त बना रहा मेरे सारे राइवल्स को. I'm silly. 6 मारा मैंने खड़े खड़े 1 खड़े. मेरे जैसे रैपरों को लगे 1 मिनट. तेरे जैसे रैपरों को लगे 7 जन्म. नाम देने. आया था मैं खाली हाथ ना जाऊंगा खाली हाथ में. गाने मेरे छोड़ जिंदगी में झांकी मारते. गर्दन मेरी काट के रख दो सब सभा में. Fill it up. ग्लास पड़ा मेरा खाली भरो 90 ml. MLA के साथ फाड़ रहा मैं चिकनों के लेग्स. डिनरों में विनरों के साथ काट रहा मैं चेक्स. Push it. बेला तेरी उम्र तुझे रोक नहीं पाएगी. मैं रैप नहीं करता तो 100% साइंटिस्ट. वायलेंस को पसंद बेला so I can't avoid it. Gang, 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 gang. 80, 80 on my neck. I got power, है possessed. A gang, 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 gang. A gang, 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 gang. Bitches call me you the best. Karu Nation represent like gang, 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 gang. Copy करते मेरे flows, खून बहे from my nose. 4 ही बंदे on my shows, pages करते रहेंगे troll. मैं करना wise और serious. तू करी तूने जिंदगी तबाह तेरी. Rap show जीत के भी नहीं आमदनी. तुम्हें तो पता ही नहीं है चैनलों ने बोला पहला साइन कर वरना लगा हथकड़ी. शीटें पर थी मैंने ट्रेन में, वो शीटें बिठाती हैं प्लेन में. खुदा ने देखा है सब, बेला के आने से पहले सब सेम थे. मैंने ज्यादा कभी सुना ही नहीं Eminem, कभी सर्च ही नहीं किया मैंने हिप हॉप. किसी ने कहा था दिल से जो लिखे तू वही होगा तेरे लिए तेरा हिप हॉप. वो बात मेरे भेजे में अटक गई, मुझे अंदर बाहर दोनों से बदल गई. अभी साफ साफ दिखे मेरा मंजर, साफ साफ दिखे मेरे जिस्मों पे खंजर. In the end हम सभी को मिलना है एक ही धूल में. I'm gonna prove it. उस खुदा की सांसों को अपने इन कानों में कर रहा महसूस में. कर रहा महसूस में. कर रहा महसूस में. Gang, 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 gang. 80, 80 on my neck. I got power, है possessed. A gang, 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 gang. A gang, 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 gang. Bitches call me you the best. Karu Nation represent like gang, 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 gang.
Gang, gang for me. Fully. When I heard the previous track, after which I was extremely underwhelmed. Because the previous track, you know, technically, because we're listening to both the tracks together, it is but natural that we are going to, ek chota sa comparison ho jata hai. Although it's part of the same thing, one is coming after the other, you know, but still it is but natural, at least natural for me, to kind of get into that comparative mode. Dono gaane, almost similar cheese ke bare mein the, right? You're calling people out. You're talking about your journey. You're talking about why everybody, you know, जो लाइफ की एंग्स्ट है बेसिकली. पहले गाने में भी वही थी, दूसरे गाने में भी वही थी. लेकिन फर्स्ट सॉन्ग का आई रियली लाइक्ड द बीट, बट somehow because the flow was in a very straight line, there weren't many flow changes. It was the same pattern in which the delivery was there. So I somehow couldn't find myself connecting to the words, to the lyrics, to what he was speaking that much. You know, in the first song I just kind of kept waiting for that one moment where I will connect. The moment Gang Gang started, that happened. Right from the second the beat started, I was immediately like, मैं चाय भूल गई, मैं, you know, जो आसपास में देख रही थी मैं सब भूल गई. I was suddenly focusing. I was like, wait, what? And then when he started, every 2 lines, एक तो flow change हो रहा था. The beat was going so well, supporting what he was talking, even lyrically, what he was speaking. Kinda, maybe the divisions were made in such a way that it made more sense to me. You know, I could absorb it a lot more. And it was just the way he was speaking it also. And I felt like he was more into the song. एक वो धुन चढ़ जाती है ना जब आप उस zone में होते हो. I felt like Gang Gang had that. And the first song, I found that missing. Now, obviously, एक ही time में इन्होंने record किया होगा, which is so good also, right? Because he kind of must have been like, listen, I just have to stand behind the mic. Feels are similar, but yet it's the same thing that we're talking about, you know? And So yeah, so I mean, we'll go on, we'll talk about more things, but my first, right the moment I hear them, first Gana, I'm sure I would have, if I were just listening to it, I would have pressed like next. Gang Gang, pe aake meri sui atak jati, and I would have heard it properly. So I'm glad we heard these two together right now. So yeah. Tell me now what you felt.
Honestly, I don't know. I'm still trying to collect my thoughts. I was just very suddenly jolted awake by the first one because of the sound. And like I was saying, the distortion in it, and even not just with his voice, but the music as well. It was just very like a little hard on the ears. And so the instant vibe, and I'm not going to talk about like the flows or anything. I'm just going to talk about what he's trying to say, because for me that was very interesting. It was I feel like God Complex was clearly written out of frustration after a lot of stuff that's been happening, that I've been seeing in the news and online. He's obviously calling out people who have a God complex, or he's trying to say that like now I'm feeling like I have it. But whatever it is, he's calling out things. And he's even taking names, and that whole bit in the middle, that was a little surprising, because it wasn't even surprising, because we've known Bella to just vent whatever he's going through, or whatever he's feeling or thinking. He'll just say it in his songs. No holds barred. So he's doing that again, and it just was very uneasy as a listening experience, is the only word I can think of. And also but I feel like it was necessary, because that is what the art's job is to reveal now. So it's revealing what he's feeling and thinking inside, and he then is using his art in the way it's meant to be used. So fine, I guess. But I don't know if I could listen to God Complex again. There was one line that I really, really loved, which I was like, yes, I've been saying this for years. Wait, what was it? It was मैं जो भी पहनूं वो लगे designer. I loved it. I was like, yes, I've been saying this for so long. I hate like logo like flashing and brand flexing. It's like, I don't need the brand to make me look good. Whatever I wear, I'll make it look good. Like the clothes don't make me, I make the clothes. So that line really stood out for me. I was looking for lyrics, but they're not pinned here.
There were many lines.
There were many lines, which
interesting.
Yeah,
even he said about मेरे audience में 4 log, like people are trolling me online, but like मेरे को shows नहीं मिल रहे and shows में 4 log. That kind of like gave me an insight about, we listen to Bella very regularly. He's releasing so many songs. One would naturally think, and his songs are good, and they pack in so much variety that one would assume that his shows would be going packed. But when he reveals, like you said, that revelation, that venting is important, and it's so endearing about him now that वो actually बोल देता है. It is not कि छुपाना वो बताना नहीं ये वो. He's just like open about it. He talks about what it is. When he revealed that, I was like, that's the reality of things. Like, while all of us online would really appreciate his work, but when it comes down to the literal fact of it, and then when he spoke about something about his manager and about how uske saath bhi anban ho gayi, and he was like, jao and all that. So these are things that one is going through. But it was sounding so personal that I completely buy into the point which you said, that it's important to just listen to a person vent and talk about it. So the music part of God Complex stood out for me too. That's the only thing which actually was holding me. Now in Gang Gang also, he spoke about all his turmoils. But I think, I don't know, like he's still speaking about the same thing, but I don't know what it is that made it.
I think he went into Gang Gang. So Gang Gang had a hook, which was, a very Bella's hooks are really good. Always they catch you. And in this case, I mean, barring one line, the hook really like got me as well. And by the time the song ended, I was vibing to it. But I just feel like in terms of hard hitting, kind of showing a mirror to the scene or whatever, the first song is more more like powerful that way. And like in Like a Kid, or even Damn, or like there's quite a few songs where Bella just goes ham, and he's gone like full, whatever he's feeling and thinking and things he's been through, he's just venting, and he's just like no hook, no nothing, it just goes. He was doing that here, and for me that's been very powerful before. I think it was because of the music treatment in this one that I will just feel uneasy listening to this one. But like there was a line where he said, मेरी चीखें सुन के खुदा भी खुद को डांटे, something like that. Like, there was some really hard-hitting, deep lines there. For those, I would listen to them again. In Gang Gang, I felt like it was a very melodic Bella vibe. The melodic Bella came back, and
melodic, but at the same time, the kind of stuff he was speaking was also again very hard hitting and mirror showing. Like there were many lines in it which I was like, to be able to communicate that, but in such a melodic way, it grabs your attention.
That's what I'm saying.
It drives the point home. So great.
Yeah. So for me, the listening, the repeat value is higher in a Gang Gang for that reason.
Yeah.
But I still felt like the lines of God Complex were a little more shaking. Like they'll shake someone up a lot more. And that's obviously, I think, also because of the treatment, like I said.
I guess I didn't experience that at all. Like, because it wasn't able to hold my attention. So if my attention is not there, then how do I listen? So I was trying really hard to listen, but my attention was like gone. Like I couldn't hold it. But that
I liked what he said in Gang Gang, because I'm trying to remember some of the lines that stood out for me. In Gang Gang, he said something which confused me a little bit, but I like the thought. He said कि मैंने सुना नहीं international hip hop, Eminem को, right? And then he said कि किसी ने मुझे बोला कि जो तू लिखे वही तेरा hip hop है, और ये line मेरे मन में रह गई, ज़हन में रह गई, right? And then I thought on that line, and I'm working on my music with that thought. But then I was like, but you've also said you feel like Cole a lot of times, and you also said you feel like. So anyway, I was just a little confused over there for that reason only. But I really like that line and that thought in the song. So lovely, yaar. I think Bella, like I keep saying, he's in his own lane doing his own thing, and he's killing it with what he's doing. We need to.
And I've again forgotten what they're called, but those returned in
your favorite
God Complex, my anti-favorites. Yes.
Return of the Grill.
Return of the Grill happened in God Complex. And I was so happy midway through when suddenly they vanished. I was like, acha, ab dikh to raha hai. Otherwise, it almost seemed like he was trying to hold himself and not fall while talking and communicating. And then suddenly when it went away, then his expression was like there.
Yeah.
I was like, thank you for removing it.
Yeah, I liked. I mean, I like it when it appears, because then I know you'll get so happy about it.
Affected. Yeah. But
let's send her one. What?
Gang. I'm saying, like, we've been talking so much about God Complex that I think, to be fair to Gang, through it, I think I felt like Bella was more in the zone. Like, usne vent kar diya tha God Complex mein enough. So now he was literally like, okay, now let me get pro about this. Vent ho chuka hai mera. Abhi main properly isko showcase karke bolta hu. I wonder if both these songs were meant to be like in a flow, one together, but then he kind of divided it up and pushed it out separately, because that feel was also there, because the subject matter was similar. कि ऐसा भी लगा कि maybe, how Bella's done this in the past, जहाँ पे two very odd sounding things, but which have the same meaning. He's kind of clubbed them together.
Instead of having a beat switch, he just
put it into two different songs.
But they are 3 minutes each, so 1 or 6 minute ka gana. I don't know.
ज़्यादा हो जाता.
No. Yeah.
But I like that he divided them.
Yeah. Okay, nice. So next we'll get to Under Control and Fantasia. Fantasia. I don't know how you want to say it. And yeah, be patient. We'll get to all of them. Okay, chalo. That's where we end things. Let us know what you thought of these two songs, not this song. And yeah, leave me recommendations in my DMs. Miss Bhola is there on Insta. This is how you support the channel, and there's also a super thanks button, which I've just been made aware of. So if you like the content here, do support, and we'll see you on the next one. Be curious, stay curious. Sorry, I don't know why I thought of that. Live long and prosper.